guys, Shadow the Rat, and for today's video, really Butter? You're gonna be squeaking right now? Anyways, like I said, for today's video, Butter, please! We are going to be doing another update on my old girl Donut, which is the rat on my hand, who I am trying to give yogurt to, but some other beans are making it difficult. Butter, really? Butter's such a squeak. Oh my god, Donut has it all over her face now. Okay, so anyways, like I said, I'm going to be doing an update on Miss Donut here, specifically on her pituitary gland tumor, which she has now been dealing with for 10 months, which is just insane to me. And at this point, Donut has been on cabergoline, doxycycline, and prednisone for the better part of a year. I mean, almost an entire year, because it's been 10 months. And she's doing pretty well, all things considered. Obviously, you can see that she is old. She is nearly 2 years and 9 months. So, you know, she's not looking exactly spry anymore. You can see the same thing with her sister Olive, which is this little rat right here. But all things considered, she's doing really incredible. And she hasn't shown any sign of pituitary gland symptoms coming back. She has remained completely asymptomatic for her pituitary gland tumor pretty much since the meds kicked in initially, which was in November of last year, specifically at the beginning of November. So pretty amazing, and I am just very glad to see her continuing to do so well. Now, in regards to her other health issues, Donut does still suffer from chronic kidney failure, which unfortunately that's not ever going to be going away. And it is something that is slowly getting worse, not at a super quick pace or anything like that. But she has been on a lot of meds for quite a while at this point, so I'm not super surprised by her kidney failure, but in general, she continues to do well, and as long as she's doing well and living a happy life, I'm just going to continue supporting her and, you know, doing everything possible to keep her healthy and happy. Now, she also has hind leg degeneration because of all her kidney issues, and that actually doesn't seem to be getting much worse, or if it is, it's getting worse very slowly. I did initially notice it getting, you know, worse and worse since, I want to say like April or May or something like that. It's been a while since it started, but the speed of progression seems to be quite slow, so it's not one of the bigger concerns for me because she still gets around pretty well. She can even climb somewhat well, although I have recently redesigned the cage to have as much floor space and as minimal climbing opportunities as possible, because Donut and my other older rats are unfortunately little opportunists who will try to climb things even though they don't have the best control over their hind legs. So I just don't want to give them the opportunity to get themselves censured, because if they see an opportunity to do that, they will take it, and I would prefer to avoid that. So I have modified the cage to kind of help out there, and I think that's definitely a good thing, especially in regards to Donut. Now, as far as her mammary tumors go, she still has several of them, and some of them seem to be responsive to cabergoline, and I say that because they're not really growing, while other ones, unfortunately, do not seem to be responsive because they are growing. But they're growing at a pretty slow pace, so that is a good thing, and they are not really bothering her too much yet, because she still gets around well, she still retains her weight, and she doesn't feel like super thin or anything like that. I mean, obviously she's lost a lot of muscle mass, as old rats tend to. I mean, you see this with Olive as well, but she isn't in like terrible shape or anything like that. So again, I feel like the mammary tumors are kind of not too pressing of an issue at the moment. And of course, you know, we can't really do too much about them. So if they do become a pressing issue, unfortunately, the only solution is having Donut put to sleep, which ultimately, if I need to do that, I will have it done for her quality of life. But for now, it doesn't seem to be necessary because she still has a pretty good quality of life, at least in my opinion. And finally, as far as her final issue going on, Donut does seem to have developed a cataract. I talked about it some in my last video. And yeah, we are pretty sure at this point that she has a cataract, and it does not seem to be bothering her at all. Her eye is completely healthy, so it's not like she has any sort of eye infection or eye bulging or anything like that. So it's not actually hurting her in any way, and it has been developing for a while. But I do think that she is mostly blind on that side at this point. And I say that because if I kind of reach for her on that side when she's not paying attention, then she will kind of startle, and she bounces back super quick because she's a really confident rat. But I do notice that it's kind of different than what she does on her other side, where she doesn't seem to startle, and also this is kind of a new thing. So, you know, I just think that she's lost most of the vision on that side, but it doesn't seem to be bothering her. And rats typically get around pretty well with limited vision. I mean, they already have pretty limited vision. Oh my God, Butter. But anyways, yeah, they already have pretty bad vision. So typically them losing extra sight, you know, losing sight in one eye or even being completely blind is something that they tend to adapt to pretty well. So again, I'm not super worried about this with Donut because my main worry was that it was an eye issue that was related to a pituitary gland tumor, which it is not. Cataracts are just something that sometimes old rats get, unfortunately. So again, I'm not super concerned considering that, well, Donut is again very old. So yeah, all in all, Donut is doing quite well. She did have an incident about a week ago where she kind of freaked me out because she was sleeping in the middle of the cage and she didn't seem like she wanted to get up. But as it turns out, she really was just sleeping because a few minutes later she yawned at me and then came over and was ready to come out of the cage. So Donut was kind of just giving me a little bit of a scare, which I did not appreciate. Thank you, Donut. But thankfully, she really does seem to be okay, and she is still very active and on the go. And other than just freaking me out sometimes because, well, I know she's getting older, so unfortunately it's hard not to be more concerned. But other than that, Donut is really doing, again, just quite well for her age and condition and all that. I'm just really happy with how she's doing, and I feel like she still has a quality life. So yeah, all in all, that is pretty much it for this update. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Miss Donut and all the other beans who decided to join us, which was not all of them, but, you know, we had a few little buddies come join us. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!